Welcome back, neckbeards and nerdettes, to the Spider Toy Review. This is Spider, as always. Today we're looking at Transformers Generations, Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. Look at that badass! Look at him! Look at him! I tell you what, mofo, he is a badass! He's a Cybertronian artillery mode right there, got a laser cannon. Let's read his bio, because I like Shockwave. And I'm going to make you look at this picture, because Shockwave's a badass! Shockwave may appear to be loyal to Megatron, but in reality he serves only one master, pure logic. Behind his emotionless face, well, he doesn't really have a face, he's got kind of a dot on a hexagon. But, you know, that's his face, and his face is ominous and evil. Behind his emotionless face rests the mind of a brilliant strategist and mathematician. Not a math magician, they make magic with numbers. He calculates constantly and enforces his solutions through the precise application of the vast power of his laser cannon. Not to be confused with a regular cannon or a laser blaster. No, laser cannon. It's like a cannon that shoots lasers. He's got a 10 for intelligence and a 10 for fire blast. That means that he's probably a mage. Totes a mage. So we're going to go with that. And mages are cool too, because they make water and bread to raid with. So, I'm going to get this guy out of the package because I've been waiting all morning to get this done. Been dealing with computer shit. But now I'm going to get him out of the package, and I'm going to get to a review. See you in a bit. Alright, as you can see, we've gotten Shockwave out of the package. Here he is in his Cybertronian mobile artillery mode. It's a purple brick with wings. I guess it's a space cruiser of sorts. There's the bridge, I guess. Here, this part is the gun for his robot mode, and the legs cowl around it, kind of. I don't know. It gives it a nice layered look. My friend said that it reminded him of a space hot rod or something like that, and I agree. I could totally see like Lobo from DC Comics cruising around in this thing. Thrusters for thrusting. You can see pretty much the entire robot ready to just come out of this thing. I mean, there's not a whole lot they could do to keep him true to his game model, I suppose. And usually would do a size comparison, but if you know Transformers, you know by now what you're getting. This is deluxe scale, so this is actually about the right size for deluxe. So, what is that? Okay, just the light hitting. Get into the transformation. Really simple. Not as simple as the Prime from earlier this week, but pretty damn close. Yet just involved enough to be entertaining. So we pull the thrusters down and spread that out so he can give hugs. He's not going to give you a hug. The shoulders spin around. Hands pop into place. Where's this one? I turned this arm backwards because I'm kind of dumb today. Other hand out. I'm going to pull his legs apart so he can pull his gun out of his ass, literally. Gun pegs in. This is a nice detail. Spinal cord, or column, rather. Spinal column there. Very, very nice. Let's flip his feet down, or forward, whatever. Panels from the side of the ship pull out, and they will peg into his ankles. Like so. And also like so. If it will go. Do you know? Who's a hoe? So, I mean, that is almost finished. Now for the pièce de la résistance. Wait for it. Spring-loaded head. Hell yeah. Shoulders plug up into his torso. And he is a robot. Hell yeah, he is. A big, badass purple and pink robot. As you saw in the photos at the beginning of the video, the light piping in his eyes looks really, really good. I like the ominous look of that single glowing eye in the darkness. Gun plugs into either hand, but as every figure of Shockwave I've gotten that has the gun molded into his arm, it's always in the left hand, which is your right currently. But yes, in his left hand, so that's where it's going, and that's where it shall stay. Swivel up here, pretty nice range. Wings don't get in the way that much, but if they do, you can always fold them out of the way and pop them back in, maybe. I don't know. He can do this. It's got a double hinge in the elbow. It's just a simple rotation where it plugs into the bicep. That's part of being able to, the arm kind of collapses up onto itself to form the thrusters. Ball socket where it meets the forearm. Hands are weak, man. They just fold, but you don't need to have posability in hands to punch shit and hold a gun. Head is the most disappointing part, but what's he going to look down past his chest? I mean, he couldn't do that anyways. And if he were to look up, well, he could just fly. So, ball socket in the hip. No waist swivel, that is also disappointing. Knee bend. Knee rotate. Foot pirouette. He does not have any kind of ankle articulation outside of the pirouette, but he has very, very wide feet in the heels, so he can pretty much stand how you need him to. I had him doing this earlier. See if I can get it done again. I am doing like a badass mid-run pose. He does have very, very tight joints where it matters to hold poses pretty decently. So, kudos there. So that really does help outweigh the fact that he has no ankle rotations and no hip, or no waist rotation rather. Any Shockwave. Being Shockwave really negates any downside to the figure. You know, because he's Shockwave. Or Shock Blast. I don't know if there was a copyright issue or something with that back in the day. But now he's back to being Shockwave, and I'm totally cool with that. To note, the cowling, whatever you want to call it, this thing on his gun pops loose. Don't know why. Do you want a triple barrel gun? I mean, Blednovsky had a double barrel gun. Maybe this one's even more frightening. You'll shit yourself 3 times before you die. But I don't like that look, so I'll put that thing back on. It will also, the weapon will also stow away on his back. Just a little peg hole there. Peg that we would hold the gun with. Done. Easy as pie, numbnuts. But yeah, robot mode, again, about the size of an average deluxe figure, especially for this line. So I'd say maybe 4 inches tall. We're going to go with 4 inches. That's not an official measurement. I'm not busting out a tape measure for this guy. Sorry, Shockwave, but you're not that cool. In closing, I have to say this Shockwave figure is one of the best figures I've bought in the last 6 months. And that's despite the lack of ankle posability, waist rotation, or a head ball socket. He still is just excellent. If you see him in the store, get him. If you see more than one in the store, please only buy one. Leave one for someone else, because the figure is awesome and should not be denied to any trans fan. This has been Spider for Piecrumb Studios at youtube.com/piecrumbs. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, where you'd use your comments over there. We're going to be putting polls up every week for what Transformers I'll do reviews of and what video games I'm going to play on Let's Play a Game. So, if you bitch about what's going on, you have no one to blame but yourself because you didn't go over there and vote. Have a good one.